now. This is WTWO News Sunrise.
Well, good morning to you on this Wednesday, March 1st. I'm Shelby Reilly. Thanks for waking up with us here for WTWO Sunrise. Now approaching 31 minutes past the hour and 39 degrees. Well, our top story at 5:30, Terre Haute fire crews responded to a house fire on South 8th Street last night. The fire occurred in the 600 block. The fire started in one house before spreading to another. Chief Bill Berry told us that one resident was injured with second-degree burns but refused treatment. The cause of that fire is under investigation. Well, Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb is granting clemency to a terminally ill Daviess County man. According to Holcomb's executive order, Tommy Alsman of Washington has an inoperable brain tumor. Alsman has been in prison for more than 3 years after being convicted of dealing meth. He only has months or maybe even weeks to live. According to Holcomb's order, if for some reason Alsman's condition improves and he becomes able to walk again, the 41-year-old will have to finish the rest of his 10-year sentence. Well, the Vermilion County Sheriff's deputy shot on Friday has been released from the hospital. That's according to Sergeant Matt Ames with Indiana State Police. Deputy Joe Wilson was shot in the leg Friday evening after a police chase involving a suspect. That suspect, Justin Henry, was shot by officers after he shot Wilson. He was flown to an Indianapolis hospital and was still in the ICU on Monday. 7 officers, including Wilson, are on administrative leave, as is customary after officer-involved shootings. In other news, contaminated soil from the East Palestine train derailment is making its way to the Wabash Valley. The Heritage Environmental Landfill is in Roachdale. The company says the material from Ohio would be sequestered inside the landfill. It would also be completely covered and protected. Heritage Environmental is in the business of hazardous waste management. Each day, the facility takes in materials and it takes steps to make sure toxic chemicals aren't getting out into the environment.
We are planning to receive material from the East Palestine location. The material destined to come here is soil that's contaminated with low levels of butyl acrylate. It's a very common chemical. It's found in caulk, sealants, paints. The material also has extremely low levels of the vinyl chloride.
Officials with Heritage Environmental say they should know within the next day or two if they will accept the material. They're working closely with county officials to plan for a meeting that will keep Roachdale residents informed and educated. Well, in other news, hundreds of jobs could be coming to Vigo County. Steve Witt is the president of the Terre Haute Economic Development Corporation. He says a U.S.-based company that makes components for batteries is interested in 340 acres on the former Pfizer property. That's located at the Vigo County Industrial Park. He says it would be an over $1 billion investment and would create about 640 jobs. More information about the project will come during a meeting of the Vigo County Redevelopment Commission next month.
On March 21st, the commission will gather and open the company's bid, we call it, even though we know what they're going to offer for the acreage, and then additional detail about the project, including the company's identity, will be revealed at that time.
Witt says by statute, the property must be advertised for sale. That ran for the first time Monday and will run again next week. Well, a housing study by Knox County Economic Development found there's a shortage of homes in the Vincennes area. That's according to the mayor of Vincennes, but he says progress is being made. Mayor Joe Yoakum says there are several housing projects taking place around the city. In one of the projects, the foundation is now in place for about 10 homes. Yoakum says those homes should be built and ready to be lived in by winter. Since the housing study, Yoakum says the Redevelopment Commission has been working with developers to get new homes built.
These are in 4 or 5 different areas of the city. It's not just one area, it's different areas where there's 10 to 16 homes being built in each place. So it's also good to see that that's spread out through the city, not just one area.
In a separate initiative that we told you about recently, Vincennes received 2 grants for a total of $200,000. That funding will go toward rental assistance for formerly incarcerated residents. And in national news this morning, President Biden was in Virginia Beach yesterday, and while there, he spoke on the Affordable Care Act. The president restated his promise to protect access to affordable health care. President Biden said he will lay out the details of his health care plan to lawmakers on March 9th. Conservative justices on the Supreme Court raised questions yesterday about President Joe Biden's plan to reduce student loans. 6 states and 2 individuals are challenging the legality of the Biden plan. The court is expected to rule on the case by the end of June. Advisors to the Food and Drug Administration are recommending the agency approve the nation's first RSV vaccine. The shot from Pfizer is for people 60 and older. Pfizer says the single-dose shot can reduce the risk of illness from RSV by up to 86%. The next step is for the FDA to approve it, which can take several months, and then the CDC must recommend it before it can become available. Twitter has beefed up its violent speech policy by adding some additions. Under the new policy, users are no longer able to express wishes of harm or illness on anyone. Twitter said it may suspend accounts or even delete tweets when the rules are violated. This is the first time Twitter has become more restrictive since Elon Musk became owner. Well, now it's 36 minutes past the hour, still in the 40s this morning. Coming up, one Indiana State fraternity partnered with a local historian to recognize a Frederick Douglass history tour around the downtown area. And also coming up next, Julie is tracking that Wednesday forecast.
We're not tracking any rain today, but we will see clouds on the increase. We'll be sharing with you when that rain will begin coming up.